welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithy D. So we've had a big update drop to the game, and it's probably a big surprise to most of the players out there that now to unlock Thrawn, we're going to be needing these premium characters that have just recently, in the last 24 hours, gone to a free-to-play status. But if that wasn't enough, we've also got a brand new Flash event tomorrow where we'll be taking on a journey to gear up these Phoenix characters. I can only hope that they're going to be giving us some shards like they did with the Luke event, or a lot of us are going to be in some big troubles. We will be all theory crafting with our 5-star Thrawns. That's if we can get 5-star characters by the time this new event drops. So the newest update that dropped confirmed it is indeed Thrawn, and we will be needing these Phoenix characters. What we can see is there's currently double drops on the Phoenix nodes, which I found a little bit disappointing for myself. It's not going to be majority, it's probably going to be the eager beavers like myself. Straight after reset, I spent all my kind of refreshes for the entire day, bear in mind, and then they dropped this update. No pre-warning that this is going to happen, which I would have thought there should have been more transparency in this. Many are not going to be affected. A lot of people that are probably in the US are not going to be affected because this update was dropped before their refresh. And yeah, but people like me, 35 minutes, it's just kind of bad luck. I am a little bit disappointed that there was no kind of like lead up, that there was some double drops coming or anything like that, or even a hint. So that is a big disappointment on my half, because anybody that did refresh, which I would say again is very small majority, because it is a 35 minutes, or anyone that's in a little bit forward in time than myself, are all going to lose out on a day of double drops. So what we can see with the Phoenix characters, they're all free to play and they seem to be across the board quite accessible. I would say you'd go for every single one of them except for Sabine. I think Sabine is probably going to take the longest to get her to a 7-star, because realistically, if we haven't to gear these characters because we're being forced that we now need to have these at a 7-star level to probably get a 7-star Thrawn, and that is the sound of how it looks like. Is it's going to be a legend event. It's probably been confirmed, which we will probably go through a little bit later on. For a limited time, they've now been rotated into the shard shop and the Sith have been taken out. So how do you feel on that Nihilus has been taken out the shard shop and replaced with these Phoenix characters? Again, you could get the Sabine shards through this area, which is going to be quite quick, and this may be the route that you want to take, or to buy any packs. But overall, as a free-to-play standpoint, it depends on your shard shop currency. If Nihilus has just come out there and you've been working on Nihilus, you may not have any shard shop currency, but it's definitely worth trying to gear them and maybe 7-starring them for this Thrawn character. I'm not really over kind of the moon about it, to be forced to have a squad that I don't want. I can understand having 5 out of what, 20 rebels, or 5 out of like 10 Jedi, or even Sith, Empire. There's so many different factions out there that we just gradually will farm, but these Phoenix characters have just come out of the Chromium, and it's kind of like what I would call is a mass panic buy. That's what it feels like, in all honesty. It feels like there's a storm coming, so you need to go and shop and stock up your groceries while you can. We can't tell you the scale of how big the storm is, or the abilities of the storm, or what it will do, but you should stock up all your groceries. That's how it feels like. I don't particularly want the Phoenix team at all. You know, if I want them, I do it for my own purpose. They're not that great in the AAT. Yeah, you could have a good or successful run, but they're nowhere near the levels of what a Resistance First Order team can kind of like perform. So it then makes us think, where can they be used? And the arena, in my opinion, they just don't have that kind of like punch to them. You know, they've got the survivability, but most people are running Nihilus, and Nihilus would generally tear that team apart. You know, he is the biggest threat to them. You've got the Rex triple cleanse. That team on the Phoenix don't really have a mass cleanser. You've got Kanan that can cleanse. You could put R2-D2 in, but then you're losing this Rebel synergy. Oh, it's very difficult to how you'd want to build this team. But if Thrawn is OP, then they're kind of worth it, but I would have liked it that there was more time to it, that they were put into the free-to-play maybe a little bit a while ago, or this Thrawn event was a little bit while later. There is no reason, in my opinion, that we have to have this Thrawn event within the next 2 weeks. It could be announced, but and then it could come at the end of June. I think that would give enough people to finish what they're doing and then to move over to the Phoenix team. But because we don't know any dates, and we're probably not going to find out until June the 10th, it leaves us in a situation where, what do we do? Do we buy all these packs? Do we just buy, and then what are the requirements for the Flash events? The Flash events start tomorrow, so we're not going to know till tomorrow. Oh boy, I feel this is really rushed. I feel that there may not have been much thought behind it, and it's just happened, and it just reminds me of how the Phoenix was in general when they were released, because in my opinion, I felt they were rushed characters that had no life in them really as a team, and this then is just a repeat, I would say, that they're just being put back into like our faces. You know, you want Phoenix Squad, you have to have the Phoenix Squad. And I'd have liked it to be another faction, but that's life, you know. It's their game, and if they want to go against the community and upset the community, then that is totally really up to themselves. There's not much we can do about it. It's just to continue. But yeah, I don't think it's a good thing. Some may disagree and think, yeah, it's a good thing that Phoenix are in luck, but I don't think it's the requirements that's bad. I just think it's the time, and just kind of just dropped on everybody, just like
I'd buy that for $1.
So I'm now going to move on to having a look at the Phoenix event and see what the rewards are. I'm quite impressed by the rewards. We've got some Cabantes in there, we've got a lot of salvage, but what caught my eye the most was the mods and the 4 pieces down here. So it looks like here that you've got some 4 pieces of the furnace, so hopefully that is a guaranteed drop and not down to an RNG. And it looks like there's going to be a full drop of these Mark III Stunkoffs. We can tell the full drops because they're in a colour. They're in a colour scheme where the others are in kind of like a bronzy colour. They're the salvage. The ones that are the full colour art are going to be the 4 pieces. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that we're not going to have too deep requirements to kind of get these. We've got, again, the Zetas and Omegas. They're probably going to be on the bonus event, and the cost 4 pieces could possibly be there too. Going forward, what I would like to see with these events is that we're told what requirements we're going to need in advance, because we don't know. There has been a data mine, but there was a data mine on the Luke event which didn't turn out the same, because we was using CG's Luke and they was at a 7-star, or he was already geared, and we didn't actually need our Luke until the final tier. With the Phoenix Squad, how will it work? Will we be using a pre-made Phoenix Squad, or will we have to star up our team? I guess we're not going to find out till tomorrow, which again is really late to find out on the day of what requirements we're going to need. Do we need to rush by to do this event, or will we be only needing them for the bonus tier? As said before, Sabine's probably going to be the harder one to farm, and it's probably going to take the longest because she's on a hard node and in the guild store. I'd probably not put all your attention into her if you are wanting to 7-star. Again, we don't know when this event's coming back around again, and if it's anything like previous events where it was a rare event and extremely rare, it could be 3 to 6 months. You know, we're probably going to have the R2-D2 return before we're going to have the Thrawn one, so it could be a very long time. So you may just want to go for the 5-star now and not worry about it, see how the character is, see if you like him. You could probably still use him at a 5-star in the arena, depending on his kit, of course. Or you could really go out and buy the packs, or really push for these kind of like double drops while they're on. We've still got 2 days left, so that's 2 refreshes pretty much. Because the update dropped 35 minutes after my reset, and anybody in a forward time from me, like in Europe, my shard shop still looks like this. I've still got Nihilus, and I'm not paying 100 crystals to refresh it just to see the Phoenix characters, but I've still got the Sith. They'll be gone tomorrow, but again, a day. I don't have much shard shop currency anyway, so it's not too much of a big issue. I was wanting to save for if Ahsoka came into the shard shop, but I don't know what I'll be doing right now. If you have some shard trap currency, then that's definitely going to be a great way to kind of like pick up these Phoenix characters on the kind of like free-to-play style. If you've got any ally points, you may want to consider using them to see if you can get some character shards to try and help you kind of like get these characters as quick as possible. So what is your thoughts on the delivery of this update? Did you like it? Do you dislike it? What did you like or dislike most about it? Make sure that you let me know in the comments below, because I would love to know your opinion on this. If you did enjoy this video, then please make sure that you are hitting the like button, because it does help the channel grow, and while you're there, make sure that you're subscribing for future videos. Thank you very much for watching today. I'm the Smithy D. May the Force be with you always.